All right, good morning. This is Jeremy with Easy Logistics Management. Today, I wanted to drill into the differences between bonded warehousing solutions and FTZ warehouse or foreign trade zone warehousing solutions. We just teamed up with some new partners that we've known for a long time, and we now have access to both bonded warehousing locations and FTZ warehousing locations. So I wanted to kind of drill into what the benefits and opportunities are of each one, so that it can be a little bit more clear, and depending if it helps your business, we can provide these services now to you through trusted partners. So now diving into this bonded versus foreign trade zone, as far as the formal customs entry, for a bonded solution, it's considered within the U.S. and must be filed before entering the warehouse. Whereas in a foreign trade zone, no customs or entry needed because the warehouse is technically not even considered within the U.S. It's a foreign trade zone. As far as paying the customs bond, yeah, you have to pay a customs bond or you have to have one. And for a foreign trade zone, it's dependent on how you exit the merchandise, so no upfront. So that's a nice benefit as well. Payment of duties for a bonded warehouse, you pay duties at the time of withdrawal from the warehouse. And for a foreign trade zone, you only, upon entry into the U.S. for U.S. consumption, at a rate that is determined at the time of withdrawal. So there's some manipulation that can occur in a foreign trade zone warehouse, and we'll get into that a little bit later. As far as permitted activities, in a bonded warehouse, it's pretty limited to cleaning, repacking, sorting, and it has to be under supervision. For a foreign trade zone or FTZ warehouse solution, the products can be manipulated, added to, repaired, destroyed, or re-exported to a foreign country. So you get a lot more options. You can actually manipulate the contents that come in. This would maybe work if you were bringing in some new parts for a new machine that you wanted to build, combined with domestic parts to make something different or better. So there's a lot of opportunities in that without having to pay the bond and the import fees up front. So that's another interesting caveat to this. As far as waste or damaged goods in a bonded warehouse, you got to pay duty on the entirety of whatever's moved into the bonded warehouse merchandise-wise. And in a foreign trade zone, no duties are paid on waste or destroyed merchandise if it's destroyed within the FTZ zone. So that's if you're bringing in merchandise and you're thinking about combining it with other domestic product. If it doesn't work out and you destroy it, you don't ever actually have to pay duties on it. So that's a nice benefit as well. As far as can you combine with domestic merchandise? In a bonded warehouse, that's not an option. You can't bring in material into a bonded warehouse and then combine it with other domestic merchandise. But in a FTZ or foreign trade zone warehouse, you can to manipulate it and create other products or combine it into a new product that might be worth less or more depending on what you're doing. And as far as the storage period, finally, on a bonded warehouse solution, it's pretty limited. And on a foreign trade zone, it's all intents and purposes unlimited depending on the time that you need. Obviously, you have to pay for the storage still too. But a little bit about one real quick additional, as far as the locations of bonded warehouses and foreign trade zone locations, we have bonded and foreign FTZ locations in the Los Angeles area. Houston, Texas markets, we have both. New Jersey areas, we have both. And then we have a Miami warehouse that's just bonded. So a lot of different locations to bring in cargo for these different services, as far as not paying duties and taxes immediately once you bring cargo into the United States, or bringing in products to combine with other domestic manufactured products for your ultimate solution. So lots of different options. Let us know how. And they are commingled with gates so that once you're imported into the FTZ and bonded zone of the warehouse and they are processed to move into the US, it's basically just going through the secure gate into the normal warehousing area, and then they can be shipped to your clients domestically without any having to transfer to another facility or added complications. So that's another nice part of possibly working with our bonded and FTZ warehouse solutions. So if this is something that you're looking to do, as far as not having to pay full duties on imported goods when you bring them into the US, or you need a foreign trade zone warehousing solution so you can bring in pieces from maybe an outside manufacturer to manipulate and combine into new machinery or new products. These are services that we can provide. It's things that we grapple with daily, and we'd be happy to have a meeting with you to discuss your needs. So feel free to reach out to me anytime. We obviously have now 10 plus warehouses coast to coast, a lot of different locations. We now have a new warehouse location in Miami, and a few new locations: Detroit, Louisiana, Houston, El Paso is not on the map yet, but a lot of different options, as well as obviously discounted outbound freight shipping rates and FedEx shipping rates. So a lot of great services under one umbrella. It's my company. We're looking to grow. Give me a call at 866-854-5341 extension 3, or Jeremy at easylogisticsmanagement.com. Hope you're having a great week, and we look forward to talking to you.